recording now. If you would like to receive a copy of the recording, if you could please put your name and your email address in the chat. I will also leave my email in the chat. If you would like to email me as well, you may do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And this class here is how to post and how to schedule social media content. So we're going to go in and not only am I going to show you how to get it, but actually how do we use it? Once I get the stuff for social media, like what do I do with it? One of the things that I love about Facebook is that you can schedule things. I can have something scheduled to come out actually right now, and I could be teaching this class and in here with you, you guys could be meeting with a client or showing a property, and something comes out on your Facebook business page because it's scheduled, and then you're there, you have a presence, and you have some consistency. Because I will tell you that when it comes to your social media strategy, that is essential. It's very important to have a strategy and to be consistent. So all those algorithms can go to work for you. So we're going to start out in Desk. We're going to go straight to BrandServe. If you've never entered BrandServe before, if you've never clicked on it, it will require you to request access the first time. So that's okay. Go ahead and do that. And then every time you click on it after that, you're going to be able to get into BrandServe. So when you first come in, you're going to see up here any selected brand assets. I don't have any orders. If I have anything pending in my cart, I can go through my order history. I can download it so that if I made something maybe a few days ago and I can't find it on my computer, I can easily access it. Favorites, which is one of my favorites. I can save things in here if I don't remember how I got to it. And that happens to me too, guys. I teach this and sometimes I still can't remember how I got to something. And I can always go back and I can click on it again, and it's going to take me in. And I love that, especially with the photography that's in the system. I don't want to go through all the photos. Maybe I forget how I got to this particular photo, and it's something that I want to include on my website or in a marketing piece. I can do that. So also you're going to see here, so we do have some headers at the top. We have all of our campaigns that you can go through, some quotables. Because you guys asked, we do have some Spanish language options now. Under marketing assets, you are going to see the logos, which we will go through in this session. Photography. So one big thing when you guys are doing your marketing and you're pushing photos out, we always want to make sure that we own the rights to those photos. We never want to go to Google and grab anything and use that because it could be copyrighted. We don't want a copyright infringement. Those are very expensive. You guys work entirely too hard for your money to give it to somebody else for something like that. So just know there is an entire library in here. They are always adding photos, interiors, exteriors, people, all kinds of things. Some posters that I don't use very often in business, print materials, social media. We will be going over how to get a cover image for your Facebook page, some posts there. And if you're into stories, there's some templates, videos. I will tell you, everything in this system is free, even though we put it in a cart and we check out. My wallet likes that. I don't spend any money. The only thing that's going to cost you money is if you have some personalization end cards for your videos, the video bumpers that go at the beginning and the end. Because those are custom made by a graphic design artist with your information on them. They're the only thing that you're going to spend money on. And then social media videos. We have some of those at times for holidays and things of that nature. And then something else we do have in here that I think a lot of people aren't aware, virtual meeting backgrounds. So, a lot of things are still virtual. I think we've gone to the virtual world. It's always going to kind of be a part of our normal now, our newest normal. And it's really nice because as an agent, you guys are out and about. If we're in a car and we get a phone call and we need to talk to somebody on Teams, I can throw up a virtual meeting background. I look like I'm in an office. I look like they can't tell that I'm in the car. Or maybe, maybe you might have a messy office that you're sitting in, or maybe you're redoing the office and you're sitting in the kitchen, something of that nature. You just want to have that background. You have that capability.
So I have a question. So everything on this site or on the banker, we can use to
Yes.
create a new, like I'm interested in creating a new social a business part. I have my own private, but I just want to do a business, so I can use everything that's in here like for free.
Yes. And that is
Awesome.
that is a fantastic question. So thank you so much for your question. That was fantastic because that is actually what this is for. So,
Okay.
it's important to have a personal, we all have the personal
Right.
Facebook. And honestly, you have to have a personal in order to have the business, but we know that they are very different. My personal profile on Facebook is 80% of whatever it is that I would normally post just personally, and about 15 to 20% of it is real estate. And that might not necessarily be like, hey, who do you know that wants to buy or sell a home? But it could very well be, hey, I'm in the office today. Like I took a really cool workshop and I learned how to do some new things.
Mhm.
It could be, hey, I was out on, in this area today showing homes that I'm so excited for my buyers who put an offer in on their dream home, fingers crossed. It could be those types of things. But every once in a while, I like to share, especially the holidays in here, because they're all branded with Coldwell Banker Realty. It's
Mhm.
kind of a subtle reminder to people that I do real estate because I don't want them to forget. But I want to have a business page as well. And where that
Right.
comes into play is, when the neighbors are hanging out and they're talking to their friends and their family at the 4th of July cookout, and Aunt Susie Q says she wants to move, and the neighbor says, hey, I have a person, they're able to pull up your business social media. These people are going to Google you. They're going to look for you. They're not just going to take it on somebody's word that they should just call
Right.
you. They're going to look you up. So what are they finding? I find that if we have a good business page that is very consistent, number one, that's going to show them that you're still in business. How many times has someone said, hey, I recommend this painter, and you go to the painter's Facebook page and they haven't posted anything since 2017?
I
Are they
even
still doing
I e-
business?
sorry to cut you off. I even saw that with um, friends of mine that were realtors. They didn't update nothing. I mean, it was kind of, you know. So I
Yes.
think it's important to
Yes,
update.
it's very important. The other thing that you want with social media is the consistency because of all the algorithms. So it's all that algebra we said we were never going to need. It runs the social media world right now. And Facebook, very much so. If you are not consistently posting, Facebook is going to think that your page is not important. It's not important because it's not being updated. Maybe it's stagnant. They don't know if you've gone out of business. They don't know what you're
Right.
doing. But if you're on there and you consistently have things coming out, they know you're doing business. When people are looking for things, they're able to find you very easily. And again, it's just one more way of connecting with people. We always want to grow our sphere of influence. We always want people to know that we are the agent they need to call. Because again, we're out there competing with all the other agents. So it's also part of our why they're going to call me to sell their house and not call another agent. And it's because I'm very easily accessible and they can see again that I'm very consistent. So they do have a new commercial here. Don't really use that. We do all, residential. And then we do have some resources here. I always like to point those out first, just because there is a guideline down here, some file type usage. But when we click on the guidelines, that is where you guys are going to find the disclaimers. I get questions all the time. What is the wording of the disclaimer that I need to use if someone has already listed and I'm not soliciting? So you're able to click through You can download it. You can save it on your computer for easy access later. But I'm just going to hit the view button. It left me off where I left off before, but here we can see I have this disclaimer. I can just go in and copy it and paste it where I need it. I do have to use it exactly the way that it's written. I can't edit it in any way. If I have letterhead, common question for business cards and signs, property and materials. And this one is the big one that I always get asked about here. Not intended as a solicitation if your property is already listed by another broker. Again, we do have to have this in its entirety. So I would just go in and copy that and be able to place that on my marketing pieces. In BrandServe, there's a little blue arrow that you'll see on the top left-hand side of the screen. I always like to hit the back button. It's going to take you back, obviously, to the page that you were just in. We also have here a Brand Defender, a compliance one-sheeter. So we know that the Real Estate Commission has some rules about how we have to have our marketing. Their rule is that if you are licensed, I know Maryland, I believe Virginia and DC are the same. Every time you market yourself, you must have the name of your brokerage included. Good luck for us is that CB Star is technically our logo. We use the logo in its entirety so that Coldwell Banker Realty is always present, and it does have to have the realty. We cannot have Coldwell Banker. It does have to reflect what is written on our pocket card, on our license. So we're going to have that Coldwell Banker Realty. And this is just a one-sheeter of how do we correctly use our logo? Now that we don't have that old rectangular logo that didn't really work well in the digital world, we have our nice North Star logo. It gives us, it breaks it down for us, makes it very easy. Because again, I'm an agent. I'm out there buying and selling houses. Like I might not be a marketing person per se. I want to make sure that I'm following all the guidelines. I'm not going to superimpose anything. I'm not going to change the color. I'm not going to put any texture or shading on the mark. I'm not going to reverse it. So if you're really good at Photoshop, we can't do that either. I'm going to make sure that it always looks good. It's not stretched. Again, not superimposing anything on it, not putting it at an angle. And probably the two most important ones at the bottom that I do see sometimes is I don't want to put anything before it. Like this home was offered by, I don't want to do that, add the copy element. And the thing that I see that's broken the most is I want to make sure that it always has a force field. I always remind myself, does it have a force field? Is there a lot of space around the logo? If I'm going to put my own logo, if you've gone through Design Concierge and you've gotten your own logo, I want to make sure that my logo is the same size as my Coldwell Banker logo, or it's a little bit smaller. So same size is fine. But I also want to make sure that they're in their own space. So that's very, very important as well. And again, that's under that Brand Defender. Compliance one-sheeter. You can print it out, you can put it at your desk, you can save it to your computer. You'll see some other things in here. There's some fonts. This right here, the identity standards. I'll be honest with you, I don't know too many people that have read through the whole thing. There are 72 pages in here. Excuse me. I've read through it just because I'm a marketing geek and I really like this kind of stuff. But feel free, if you haven't read through it, to kind of hash it out with your field marketing specialist. We can give you the down low on what's in here. But basically the contents, you'll see different things about the logos. If you are a Canva user, it will also give you some color combinations that you can include in your marketing if you're creating marketing. We have the story behind our new mark, our CB North Star logo. And you'll see here, the main page that I like to show here is just that we do have this framed logo. And of course, yours 100% of the time will say Realty underneath as well. But the framed logo is the Coldwell Banker blue. It always has the inline square. And this is always used on a light colored background. Doesn't necessarily have to be white, but a very light colored background. You can't use it in reverse. You can't use it on a dark background. This is our monogram logo. You'll see the white logo never has a box to it. It always has to be on a dark background. And again, can't be used in reverse. And again, they did create these just so that they could be very digital, very easy to place on your marketing. And again, you'll see, again, just some guidelines. And again, that force field that goes around the logo. And again, here is that one sheeter, just some rules for usage. And as you go through, and again, I won't go through all of this, but you'll see just some color combos and things of that nature, recommended fonts, etc. For all of your marketing needs. So just know that that's in there. Again, the disclaimers, that one sheeter, and the identity standards. You can go in and you can look through some of the other things as well. There's global luxury in here, etc. for those types of things. Once we get into the marketing assets, again, we were just talking about logos. That's where we're going to find our logos. And honestly, guys, finding the logo can be a little confusing if you haven't already gone in to do it. So here it says logos, and now it says my company logos or Coldwell Banker logos. So I'll be honest with you, that's where some people do get a little tripped up because we want to go to my company logos. Everybody wants to start with the Coldwell Banker, but we're going to go into my company logos. And you'll see when this pops up, we have almost 10,000 logos in here. We have a lot of affiliates. There's a lot of different branches. So we're going to make this as easy as possible because our goal is to be as efficient as we can be with our time. Over here where it says add keyword, I'm going to type in CBR. I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to give me all of the logos that I am allowed to use. And they're going to be formatted exactly the way they need to be. We do have black for the black and white print. If you have a color ad, you are required to use the blue, Coldwell Banker blue. And then we know with that dark background, we have the white logo. It does have this gray background here. They all do have a transparent background. So the background is clear, so that you're able to use these again in your marketing. If you're having something created and you need to send them along, you can do that. And I do like the fact that they have given us multiple options. None of these are wrong. You're able to use any of these options as you choose. You may prefer this particular logo. Someone else may prefer this particular logo. Again, completely up to you. They are all correct. And they do meet the standard for the Real Estate Commission rule that when we do our marketing, we must display the full name of our brokerage as it is found on our license. So you'll see here it says Coldwell Banker Realty. We're always going to use this logo that has the Realty included, never just Coldwell Banker, because again, that is what's found on our pocket card, on our license. So we are following the rules. If you would like to download this and save this on your computer, you can do that. You can heart it so that it goes into your favorites. You'll see I have several of them here in my favorites. Excuse me. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the image. And you'll see here now, because this is the only image here, I can download this image. I can save it to my computer. Honestly, guys, the only wrong way to save this is if you can't find it later. And you'll see here, this one's already in my favorites. I can go ahead and click that little heart. Once it's filled in, it's going to be a part of my favorite library right here. Again,
Angie,
you can.
Angie, it's you. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I'm not seeing your screen changing. Maybe it's internet.
Let me go ahead and reshare my screen. Thank you so much for letting me know that.
I see it.
All right. So hopefully now you can see it should say asset and download.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. So whenever you pull anything up, you're going to see the download terms. You can click on the download terms, read through them. And then after you do that, you definitely always want to accept those download terms. And then we can distribute the file. You'll see when you hover over that, because again, even though I work in the marketing department, I'm not like, I'm an agent, so I just want to download the file. This says distribute. Might not make sense to me, but here it says download now. I can hit that button. It'll pop up. Mine always pops up on the bottom of my screen. If you're on a Mac, it might go into your downloads folder. And then I can pull that up. And you'll see that when I pull it up, another thing that confuses a lot of people is I've pulled it up and now it's in a folder, and now I have all of these different options. That could be a little confusing as well. So the JPEG and the PNG, those are the actual photos. So if I'm doing something in Canva, if I'm putting it out on Facebook or something, I would want to use those. They do have a PDF version as well. And then you're going to see this EPS. If you attempt to open the EPS with your computer, it will not work. These are what are referred to in the field as a vector file. This is what a sign company would need if they're creating a banner for you, if they're creating a sign for you. This just allows them to take this logo and stretch it and make it as large as possible and put it on a billboard and not have it get fuzzy. So if they were to take this PNG and stretch that for a billboard, you wouldn't be able to read it. It's just different types of files. And again, if you have questions about files, you can go to resources, file type usage, and you can find some additional information there. So I do have a folder that's on my computer. I have gone in just because I don't want to have to go in and search for these every time I need them. I've gone in and downloaded each one separately, saved it to my computer where it's easily accessible for me. So that's just an option that you have as well. So as we move along, something else under your marketing assets, you will find photography. So this is really essential. Again, as I will always remind you, when we're doing our marketing, we can't just go find something on Google and push that out on our blog, on our website, for a social media post. Sometimes those things are copyrighted. You can get a copyright infringement. You can get in trouble for that. It does cost a lot of money. So Coldwell Banker saw that, and what they're doing now is giving us some photos that we're able to use. You'll see we have some here with people in them. We have some exterior photos. And if you're looking for something very specific, you can always use some of these over here on the side. Maybe I only want indoor or interior. I can go through, indoor, interior. You can see here now I'm only getting things that are indoors, some great bathrooms, and there's 15 pages in here. So once I found something that I like, I can click on that photo, I can download it, I can save it on my computer, I can favorite it if I want to find it later so that I don't have to go back through pages and pages of photos. These are really, really great, guys. If you guys are in your website and we have those 4 photos that you're able to include on the main page on your home screen that kind of shuffle through, great place right here. These are all high resolution and they work very well if that's something that you want to customize your website to do that. Also, we're going to go down to social media, and here you will find some social media covers. So if you're looking for a cover for your Facebook page or your Twitter, you'll see we do have the commercial. Again, I'm residential, so I don't use those, but we have a celebration. We have our monogram logo, some global luxury here. And then we have different options. Do I want something that's an exterior with people? Just the exterior? Do I want a home interior with people, pets? Different options. Once you choose the folder that you would like to look in, you just want to hit the customize button. Once you hit that customize button, you're going to see some different options here. They will be quite small. If you hit control on your keyboard and you scroll up or scroll down, here I'm scrolling up, you'll see that it got a little bit bigger and I'm able to really see what they look like. So I'm going to take that back down to, we'll go with 150%. If I decide that I would like to use one of these for Facebook, I'm going to select the image that I want. And I always like to give it a name. So I'm going to say dog cover photo. I'll just say cover photo 1. And then I'm going to generate a proof. Now, this particular proof, I haven't customized anything, so it's just going to show me that particular cover photo exactly the way that it is in the system. You'll see it sent me over here. And the reason that I give it a customized name is if I have several things that I'm putting in here, they're all going to come back with the same title. All of my home Facebook cover photos for pets are all going to say this. Maybe I have one that's a dog and one that's a cat. Maybe I've saved both of them. Here I have a market update. I know that I did it for Harford County for May 2021. Here I have a small business shout out. Now I know which small business I did. And again, I did these. You can see I did these on the 10th. And then something happened. I got a phone call or I had an appointment to get to, and I had to come back into the system to get those. At least now I know which market update I worked on. I know what small business shout out I worked on. So just go ahead.
Sorry, I have a quick question.
Sure.
I don't know if it's the smartest question, but if I have my own personal picture, mine that I like, I think it's pretty, I could use it from my Facebook or Instagram, whichever.
Yes.
Am I allowed to?
Any photos that you have taken yourself, you can always use those as well. The only thing that we don't want to do, and that includes your listing photos as well. You can use those in your marketing. We just don't want to go to Google and say, hey, I'm looking for a really pretty house. And I want to share that because again, even though sometimes Google will tell you it's not copyrighted, sometimes it is. And we have had recently a case where there was a photographer in Germany that reached out to one of our agents who had used a stock image in something and said, hey, you owe me money because that's copyrighted.
Yeah.
And she wasn't aware of that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So again, you guys work so hard for your money. I just never want to see anybody pay a lot of money to use an image and something. But yes, I'm going to go in here. You can view the proof. Anytime you view a proof, it's going to show you what it looks like. I'm never going to save this image. It's not going to be the highest quality. It's going to be more of a low resolution. Even if it looks okay, I can see here, this is a touch fuzzy. But you'll see here, and we will get into in just a moment, the market update, the small business shout out. But this proof is a little more important for me to look at because I did add my own photo. I added my own information. You'll see it will come up in magenta again because they don't want me to save this copy. This photo is going to be much clearer and the high resolution, the final proof. But it gives me an opportunity to double check my information. Same thing with my small business shout out. Again, this photo will be much clearer in the final copy, but it lets me know I can look at this and make sure that I didn't run out of words, that something's not cut off, that everything is spelled correctly in case I made a typo, those types of things. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to my cart. Again, don't be deceived. It is free. It will not cost you money. I will say the reason that they make you go through this process is there is a whole department on the other side that's looking at everything that we as agents and marketing people are going in and utilizing. They want to give us more of the good stuff and take out some of that junk that nobody's looking at, nobody's using, just so they can always keep this fresh and have good stuff in there for us to use. So here we have currently in the cart, we do have our product image. That's going to be the folder image. It's not the actual tactic that we're using. But here I can see that it is a Facebook cover photo and it was of the dog that I chose. And I can place my order. Once my order is placed, the system will take about a moment to process it. It'll go through and then it will pop up. And again, it'll give, it'll take it a moment to check for the asset or the tactic. And here I have some options. If I need to reorder it, if I want to look at the details, I'll be honest, I don't use this button very often, if at all. But here I want to distribute my file. So what does that mean? If I hover over it, I can get this file now. Get the file now. Again, I'm just going to click on that. Everything I have comes up in Paint. And here I have this photo, and I would be able to click file because mine's, in Paint, and save as. The only wrong way to save anything is if you can't find it later. So I actually have a folder on my computer for cover images, and I can go in. And then if I want to put that on my Facebook business page, that would be very easy to do. I want to log into Facebook as I normally would. I want to go to my Facebook business page. And then all I'm going to do is hit this edit button here. I'm going to upload photo. I'm going to find that photo on my computer, wherever it might be located. So here I have the cover photos, some cover photos here. And I could go ahead and take the cover image that I want and put it in here and save it. And now I have a brand new cover image for my Facebook business. And I didn't have to do anything. It looks great. It looks professional. It's branded. I just save the changes and I'm good to go. So that's how you would get that cover photo there. I'm going to go back to marketing assets, and I'm going to go back to social media. And the next is posts. And the stories will work the same way that the posts do. You can see here, there are a lot of different folders for you to look at, a lot of different assets for you to look at. If you like to look at things in a list, that's available to you. There's also, I used to call it Hollywood Squares, the little waffle menu over here that you can click if you like to look at things this way instead. You can do that. You can look at them in alphabetical order, reverse alphabetical order. You'll see we do have some folders. So here we have a fair housing campaign. If I click on that particular folder, it will take me in again. I can blow that up and look and see all the different options that are in here. We are in Pride Month, so these are things that you'd be able to push out as well. Tactic also includes a copy for what you want to say. So a lot of agents were coming to us and they're like, it's great that you're giving us things to post on social media, but what do we say? I'm not quite sure. I have writer's block. I don't know what to say. There is, in some instances, under additional info, if you click this little hyperlink right here, what it's going to do is it's going to pop up, and you'll see here, April is Fair Housing Month, but here I could take that part out and just use this part right here. I proudly stand behind the Fair Housing Act. I believe everyone deserves to find their dream home fairly without discrimination. Contact me to help you with your real estate needs. I would be able to download, again, customize. I'm going to find the asset that I prefer. Again, you can go in individually and get all of them, but I'm going to go ahead and select a specific option. Maybe I want to say, fair housing campaign 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I want to say family, whatever this is. This customization name is for me only, just to be able to, go back into my previous orders and find it again. My DBA logo. So again, that's something where I'm going to type in that CBR for Coldwell Banker Realty. It's going to pop up for me. I'm going to click on it to choose Coldwell Banker Realty to ensure I do get the correct logo. Again, with Coldwell Banker as it's written on my license, and then I can generate that proof. Again, you can go in and do this multiple times just to get as many of these as you need. My proof's going to be generated. Now I have that fair housing. Let's say I want to do another one that was in there. I can just hit this back button right here at the top, and that's going to take me right back into where I was, and I can select a different option if I want to, and generate that proof. Something else that you can also do once you've gone through and looked at a lot of the social media posts, a lot of the folders, to discover what's in here. It can be time consuming, but again, as part of my social media strategy, I like to be able to go in and see, again, I don't need New England. I don't need some of this stuff. I can skip over that. but maybe I want to go in and look at some other things that are in here. Big hearted. So what would that be? There's a lot of commercial stuff in here now. CB Refer. There's some happy holiday things in here. Buying a home virtually. So again, I just want to go in and look and see what's in here. What are my options? First time home buyers checklist. Sell your home for more money. Energy saving tips, exclusive look. So I can click through first time home buyers social media image, and I can look through and see some different assets that are in here. First time, again, here is the post copy. I don't have to even think about what I want to write. Here I can click on it or just see it below. I can just take this and copy. I'm going to open up my social media. I'm going to create a post. I'm just going to go ahead and paste that in there. And then that is, and again, it could be, any of these that you like the most. And then I want to select an option. So again, I have to customize. I'm going to go in, I'm going to select the image that I like the most. Here we have that DBA for the CBR. Maybe I want the headline, so I'm going to choose option 1 just to make it easy. First time home buyers. And I'm going to generate that. Let's say that I want to go ahead and post this right now. I can do that. I can just go in, add it to my cart, place my order. And here you'll see I have the option now. I have more than one option. So I can go in and get this file now, save it to my computer, go to social media, take everything that I just copied, and hit the photo button, find it on the computer, and go ahead and post it. But maybe I want to schedule it to come out later. I'm going to be very busy this week. I want to make sure I'm consistent on my page. I have some things going out. I can hit publish to social. The first time that you do this, it will require you to put in your Facebook password. So just make sure you have that handy. There's more coming soon. I believe Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the things. Here I do have to put in my password. Once I put my password in, yes, I'm going to continue as me. The very first time you do this, it is going to require you to select your business page. So I've already done that. It's going to remember that it's me. It's going to look like it's posting as my personal. I promise you it's not. It will go on my business page and I can paste that information in. Again, I didn't have to think about what I wanted to say. I can preview it. I can post it now. Or look, I can even schedule to, post in the future. Maybe I want it to come out today. And I'll tell you guys, I always do a weird time. Just because if someone were to go back through my page, I don't want to look like I was robotically posting. This looks very organic, something with a little bit of an off time. I can preview what it's going to look like. Again, I promise it will come out on my business page. Here it's giving a little bit of information. First time home buyers checklist. I can provide them with a checklist for making a smart move. Again, I don't want to post this if I don't have a checklist for them. You guys are agents, you know what first time home buyers need. So that might be something that I make on the side and have ready to go for people. But we know they need to get pre-approved. We know all the things. And then I'm going to hit publish. That's going to go into a queue. Facebook is going to hold on to that in 12:07 today. It's going to automatically come out on my Facebook page, even if I'm doing something else. So I don't have to be in there necessarily getting that done. Some other posts that are in here. Once you've gone in and found things that you like, there is a search button up here. I use this search button profusely. If I'm looking for holidays, I know to look for holiday. Excuse me, view all results. And here you will see all of the 2021 holidays all in one space. So if you're looking to go in and grab some social media assets Maybe, you know, July is coming up. I want to go in and I want to look for everything that's going to be in July. 4th of July, we have the Muslim holiday coming up, you know, Coast Guard birthday coming up. Then when we get into August, we have back to school. August 27th, Coldwell Banker's birthday will be 115 years old. Again, there is that additional info here where you can access the document. I have this saved to my computer so that I can access it when I need to. Guys, it is all of the holidays. You do not have to post all of them. You can pick and choose the ones that you would like to put out, but if you're not sure what to say, you know, Pride Month is this month. We have it from the 1st through the 30th. Anytime you wanted to put that in there. Oh, National Homeownership Month. So that's new. That was not in here the last time I came in. So they're always adding things. I can go in, I can copy that information, hit the back button, and I can get back in and I can find all of the assets that I need. So here again, as we go through, you'll see here's homeownership month, homeownership month, homeownership month. So there's 3 of them in there now. I can go in and customize this, select the one that I want. And I'll tell you guys, I do have kind of a cheat for this, a little bit of a cheat. So I'm just going to go ahead and select one of those. I'm going to go ahead and put today's date on here. And I'll show you why I'm doing that now. So it's National Homeownership Month. And again, that DBA logo is always the CBR for Coldwell Banker Realty. I'm going to generate my proof. Now, I'd already gone in and copied that particular copy. So here I have a holiday social media, but I know that this one is the National Homeownership Month. So I'm going to go ahead and check that off. I'm going to add that to my cart. I'm going to place my order. And something that I'm going to do, because this says 6/21, I'm going to go ahead and save that to my computer, and I'm going to save it in a special folder. So I'm going to get the file, and this is usually what I do at the beginning of the month. So here we have that lovely Coldwell Banker sign. I'm going to go ahead and save as, and I have pictures in here. I do have a special BrandServe folder that I use. You guys don't have to do this. You can just put it on your desktop if that's what works for you. And I have folders for each and every month that I do this. You'll see in June, the reason why I'm saying I like to, oh, well, that didn't come up. The reason, well, they're not popping up for me. But the reason I like to do that is I can save that now in the system. I can put a special date on it. And I can say National Homeownership Month and save that to the computer. And then when I need to post that to Facebook, I can go to Facebook. If you want to schedule directly in this tool itself, you're going to go to your business page. On the left-hand side, you're always going to know it's your business page because you're going to have this menu option on the side. You're going to scroll down a little bit and you're going to find publishing tools. Once I click on those publishing tools, what's going to pop up is my business manager. I'm going to see a lot of the things here that I've already pushed out. And there is a scheduled button right here. So I can see today on June 21st at 4:33 p.m., I have something scheduled to come out. The other item that I just scheduled, because I did it through BrandServe, it's not going to show up here on this menu. I do have a little calendar next to me with my strategy on it that I've written that down on so that I know that I'm not double posting. I'm not posting things at the same time. But I can get in here and schedule all day long, up to 45 days in advance. So I can create a post. And then it would be just like you're going to normally do that. I always hit the cancel button there. I like to do that at the end. But I'm going to add my photo. I'm going to find however I had saved that on the computer. So you'll see here, I saved this on the computer. I put the date with it. Because if I save all of these today and then I have something else to do and I come back in later, I might not remember the date of the holiday. I might not remember the date that I wanted to post it. This is for the particular month. So if it's today, if it's tomorrow, that's fine. And again, on my clipboard, I already had that information. So I want to make sure that that's going to look good. So sometimes when I copy, it does that. So, I would say instead of contact your agent, I would say contact me today. And I'm going to put my website address. I'm going to be as easily accessible as I can be for my clients. You're going to see what that's going to look like. Now it's going to load that preview because I made some edits here, and it's going to show me exactly what that's going to look like. And then instead of hitting the publish button here, I'm going to hit this little drop down menu, and I'm going to schedule my post. So I'm going to have this come out tomorrow. Maybe I'll have it come out in the morning. I'll do 8:57 a.m. So it comes out around 9 o'clock. I'll hit save, schedule my post. So it's going to take it a few moments. You can see it popped right up, and I can go in at any time and I can see things. So this I have scheduled to come out later today. Again, this is also a brand serve, an energy saving tip. You guys can go in here and schedule stuff out as much as you need to. Another thing that we also have in here, if you go in and type in market update, you're going to get the results here. There's 3 different tiles, the white, the blue, and the photo. They all work identical, except for this one, we just add the photo as well. So if you click on that, you'll see that you have the opportunity to go in and customize and push out. This works very well for Instagram as well, some information. And you might say, well, where do I get this information? If you go into Desk and you go into Market Quest, you can find this information very easily. If you also go into your Prospect Square reports, you can find this information very easily. I have cheated the system a little bit. I have included my Prospect Square reports on my website so that I can easily access them at any time. As you can see here, I have my Prospect Square report for May, and I'm able to, again, go into the system. I can get the median sales price, the average sales price, properties for sale, listings that have, properties that have sold, average days on the market. And then I would just go in and I could say, maybe this one is, a Harford County market update for May of 2021. The region name will show up here. So I'm going to say, for this one, Harford County, Maryland. You can do areas, the area reports in Prospect Square do by zip code. So I could do maybe, a Reisterstown, Maryland, or Frederick, Maryland, or, wherever it is that you are. I'm going to go ahead and see that this was May. You'll see I've done it before. So it pops up on my computer, all residential types. And then I have to have a minimum of 3 stats. So I can do that in any order I want to do that in. I usually go by whatever is here on the side just to make sure that every time I do this, it's exactly the same. It's going to be very consistent. The data will change, but how I'm presenting it is always going to be very, very consistent. My DBA logo would be the CBR, and now I need a sourcing data disclaimer. Again, just to be efficient, I'm going to go back to my Prospect Square report. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to get these lovely 2 sentences here. Property information comes from county records, MLS. They do need to back that up and look at that themselves if they're questioning it. And here you'll see I'm able to put that in and generate my proof. Now I do want to go through and take that information again from Market Quest or my Prospect Square report. I do want to make sure I'm getting that 2021 information and putting that in. Once I do that, I'm able to generate the proof. I'm just going to go ahead and type some numbers in here for time's sake. I'm not going to post this, but just for time's sake. And you'll see here, it's giving me field required because I forgot to add my image. So don't ever fear that you've forgotten to do something. The system will always let you know. And again, I want to make sure that I'm using an image that I own. You can use an image that's already in your system. I'm just going to go ahead and select that one for time's sake. Because that does look like Hartford County. Again, make sure that you are abiding by the image right terms. Yes, you are agreeing that you do have license to use this photo, and go ahead and generate that proof. Now you'll see again, it's going to generate the proof, and that's where this particular field comes in. I can go in, I can see the Hartford County market update. I can view that proof. It's going to give me all that information and the photo, and I can see what that's going to look like. You'll see here, I already did that similarly in another class as well. But that lets me know, oh, look, I already made one for Hartford County. Maybe I have a different county or an area to use that for. And what we just did for this particular campaign is exactly what you're going to do for the small business shout out. I find the small business shout out to be something very, very cool to be able to, push out that I do support small business. I am a small business, although I operate under the umbrella of the very large Coldwell Banker Realty. I am my own small business. Great way, guys. This is lead generation gold right here. I'm going to go to the local coffee shop. I'm going to reach out to my friends that have their own small businesses. And I'm going to say, can I put you out there on my social media page? Again, any option that you like is the correct option. You can go in, you can customize this information. I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to ask them to send me a clear photo that I'm able to use, again, whatever format it is that you're putting that in, and then customize name. I know I'm going to go ahead and do coffee again. Business name, you would just type in the coffee, whatever the business is. Location, expertise, you do want to be a little careful. It will cut you off around here, so you don't want to be too wordy. That DBA logo as well. Background color, I'm going to go with blue. Why not? Adding that image. Again, for time's sake, we're just going to use one that I already have in the system. I'm agreeing that, yes, I have the right to use that. I'm going to generate that proof. And again, that's where the proofing here really comes into play, because it was something that I created. I can view the proof. I can see what that image is going to look like. It will be clear on the final copy. I can see that I did not get cut off in my verbiage, so everything worked very well there. And this is something that I'm able to download, push out on my Facebook page, on my Facebook business page, and I'm able to contact these people. Maybe I want to tag them in it when it goes out. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to get a lot of business from it. Maybe not. I did share one. My friend owns her own small salon, so she was my business of the week. You could do a business of the week every week. Go out and find some other small businesses in your area, push them out, ask them, maybe you strike up a conversation. Maybe they're going to allow you to put your business cards there. I had a friend that got so excited. I had 11 shares. Guys, when they share from your business page, your business information goes with it. It doesn't always happen, but I was fortunate enough to get a referral through one of those posts. So again, it also shows that I support small business. And again, it just gives me something additional to stick out there on my website. So, on my page, something else that I did, speaking of website, because I have this custom content now, I created a subpage for my website, and I have some of my small business shout outs. There's my friend with the salon. Again, reached out to some of these places. There's some of my mom and pop shops where I live. The owner of the local pub was so excited that I had pushed them out. They shared it on their Facebook page as well. And again, all of my information went with it. I figured if I already have this custom stuff, I can put it on my website. Guys, you can take the BrandServe stuff and put it on your website. It's very easy to do that. You can sit with your field marketing specialist, if that's me, if you have a different specialist in your office, You can see here, Alicia put some of her listing concierge stuff, but here is a brand serve tile, some information here. Contact me for a free market analysis of your home. That's just going to go back to her evaluation page on her website. Guys, this is just a brand serve tile. It's giving some additional custom content. Use it on social media. Use it on your website to give yourself some custom content as well. And again, you can look through the campaigns. There are some quotables in here, some statistics of things from 2020 that are fantastic to send out. You know, again, we are 115 years this year. We've been in the business. Can't say that about a lot of companies out there. But again, that link is here if you want verbiage. And this is stuff that you can push out. You know, give it a personal spin. I am glad to work for a company where I know we have a lot of agents. We're in a lot of countries. You know, that gives me the state-of-the-art equipment, the state-of-the-art marketing, all the things that I need to get your house sold. Hey, guess what? You list with me, on average, Coldwell Banker agents get 13% and a higher sales price. That's based upon the national NAR average. Why would they not want to list with you if they're going to get 13% on average, you know, more for their home? So use these things to your advantage. Use them for your own narrative to get stuff done. You know, and really just get in here and see what this is all about. It does take a little bit of time. Sometimes it's a little agitating as you're getting used to it. You know, I've had some agents that say this is not the most user friendly. Not when you first get started. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes it's not when you first get started. It's difficult, but hang in there, keep utilizing it. Also, you can hit that Coldwell Banker in the corner to get back to the main screen. And lastly, I do want to show you that any of the latest, newest tactics, excuse me, are going to be on your main page. Also, any of the latest campaigns, you'll see a lot of commercial in here because that's very new. But again, our Spanish language options, some quotables, good news, any of the latest brand assets. We have some great videos in here, anything that you've recently viewed. I love this button. Hey, I was in here and I was doing something and I want to get back to it. I can just go into recently viewed and jump right back into it. But again, definitely a great way to go into Facebook. You know, you're in your page and you want to schedule some things. Again, while you're in your business page, you're going to scroll down, you're going to find that publishing tools button. That when you click on that, it will put you into the background of Facebook. Again, where you can go to those scheduled posts. You can see how your posts are doing. You can go to those scheduled posts and you can look at what you're doing. If I need to reschedule this, I can reschedule it for a different date and time. But my theory is have a good strategy. Again, I have a little dollar store calendar next to me. I write down the dates and the times that I'm posting so that I know, oh, I have something for every day this week, something that's always coming out on my page for people to see that I am still currently in the business and still working. So with that, I know I went a little bit quickly. We do have a recording that I will be able to send out to you as well. So let me go ahead and stop that recording.